Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I know that you're probably here because you're searching for the best place for you and your family to move in Tennessee. And that's the reason that I developed this channel. I want to educate you about all the different areas and just fill you in on all the options you have here in the Middle Tennessee area. So today, we're going to talk about College Grove, Tennessee. College Grove is an unincorporated community within Williamson County. It's located about 35 miles south of downtown Nashville, Tennessee, and it's a really amazing place. So today, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why I think you should consider moving there. All right, let's hop right in. Okay, so the first thing I want to say about College Grove is it is rural. And when I mean rural, I mean rural. Go ahead and pull it up on Google Maps and put it on the satellite view, and all you're gonna see is just green hay fields just everywhere. You're gonna see pastures and rolling hills and woods. College Grove is just very rural. So if that's not the type of setting that you're looking for to live, then it's probably not the best place for you. I personally love it. When you drive the back roads, it's just really beautiful. They're really small, windy roads with, you'll see horses and cows and barns and beautiful homes up on the hill. It's just a really scenic and beautiful area in my opinion, but it is rural. So if that's not your cup of tea, it might not be the best place for you. Okay, the second thing about College Grove is it is only about 20 to 30 minutes from downtown Franklin and the Cool Springs area in Franklin. So what does that mean? That means that you really aren't that far from lots of great dining and great shopping. So if that's something that you like to sneak away and do, sometimes on the weekends or maybe on a weekday, it's not that hard for you to drive to those areas, get a nice meal, buy some nice clothes or whatever else you're looking to get, and get back home. Are you somebody that likes to pay high property taxes? Probably not. In fact, that's probably one of the main reasons that you're thinking about moving here to Tennessee. You probably want to reduce your property taxes. Well, let me tell you, the property taxes in College Grove are low, low, low. In fact, they're the lowest you can possibly get within Williamson County, which is already low. Why is that? Well, remember I told you that College Grove is an unincorporated community? That means there's no city tax that gets added on top of the county tax when they come up with your property taxes. Other places like Spring Hill, Franklin, Brentwood, Nolensville, Fairview, they all have a city tax that gets added on top of the county tax, and then they come up with your property tax. Not in College Grove. College Grove only uses the county tax rate to come up with your property taxes. That's a huge benefit. All right, guys, before I move on to my next point, I just want to remind you to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you're thinking about moving here to the Middle Tennessee area, there's a link in the description below where you can schedule a quick 15-minute phone call with me and we can discuss your options. I've helped tons of people from out of state moving here, and I would love to help you and your family find a home. All right, let's get back to the list. I'm guessing that most of you would prefer a little peace and quiet in your lives. Well, if you move to College Grove, you will get just that. College Grove has less than 6,000 residents according to the latest census. That's a really small town. There's not a lot of red lights, there's not a lot of stores, there's no traffic jams, there's not a lot of events. It's just a small, quiet town with backcountry roads. So if you love a little peace and quiet in your life, you will get that in College Grove. The fifth really cool thing about College Grove is it's only about 10 minutes away from Arrington Vineyards. Arrington Vineyards is a 95-acre property that has 16 acres of vineyards It's got 5 tasting rooms. There's picnic tables everywhere to hang out. There's live music. It is just an overall really cool place to go. You can bring your own food. You can bring other drinks that you want, hang out, buy some wine, listen to some music, and just relax. It's really fun, even to take the kids there. The kids love to just run around because it's really safe. There's plenty of open space for them to play tag or do things that kids like to do while you and your friends hang out at a picnic table, eat some foods that you brought, and just have a great time. It's really relaxing. It's beautiful. And in my opinion, it is a huge plus to only be about 10 minutes away from Arrington Vineyards. All right, so do you travel a lot? If so, you will love the highway access that you get living in College Grove. College Grove is right off of Highway 840. Highway 840 runs east to west, so it's really easy for you to jump on 840, head over to 65. You can go north up to Nashville, to Kentucky, or you can go south down to Huntsville, Alabama, Florida, wherever you want to go that way. If you want to keep heading on, going west, that gets you up to 40, or the Dixon area. Then you can head to Memphis or continue west that way. Or if you want to go east, you can go to Murfreesboro, down to Chattanooga, or you can continue on 840 to get to 40 and go to Knoxville. So it's really convenient because of the highway access, and 840 is an absolute dream to drive on. There's hardly any traffic. It is a little bumpy when you go over the bridges, but you'll get used to that. But it's a really, really nice road, and it provides you good access to all the major cities and highways around the area. So if you like to travel a lot by vehicle, or maybe one of you is going to need to travel a lot for work or get to the airport, it's not going to be hard living in College Grove. The highway access is really good. All right, are you looking for a private gated community with a golf course? Well, you're in luck because College Grove has 2 of them. College Grove has The Grove, and they also have Troubadour. Now, I personally don't golf, so I haven't been on those courses, but I have friends that do, and they said they are absolutely amazing. They're really good courses. I've been in The Grove multiple times to show homes and look at properties, and I can tell you the houses in there look stunning. They are really cool designs, lots of neat architecture and cutting-edge designs. If that's something you're interested in, I'm telling you, The Grove is a great place. Both of these communities are going to be fairly expensive to live in. I will say that. I think the smallest homes in there are probably going to be like $1.5 million to $2 million, and then they just go all the way up to like $10 million. But if you can afford it and you're looking to live in a private gated community with a golf course, you can't beat those 2 communities. All right, the next great thing about College Grove is the schools. According to all the major school ratings websites like schooldigger.com and greatschools.org, Williamson County has very highly rated schools. And College Grove is no exception. In College Grove, you've got College Grove Elementary, you've got Fred Page Middle and Fred Page High School. Some kids would also go to Bethesda, and all of those schools have excellent ratings on those websites. They've got really good expenditures per student. The student to teacher ratio is good. They have great test scores. They are run well. They're clean. They have good sports, good extracurricular activities, just an overall good place to raise your kids. So have no fear. The schools in College Grove are great. All right, so next, let's talk about homes and neighborhoods in College Grove. College Grove is, for the most part, undeveloped. If you pull it up like I was telling you on Google Maps on satellite view, you're just going to see a lot of green and trees and fields and woods. There's not a lot of huge neighborhoods in College Grove, and there's a reason for that, which I'm going to tell you later. But that's actually a good thing and a bad thing. There's not a lot of options. In fact, in 2021, the median price home in College Grove was about $750,000. So it's not cheap. It's not really a place that your average person can afford a home, unfortunately. So besides those private gated golf courses I mentioned earlier, which were the Grove and Troubadour, you've got some newer neighborhoods up by Highway 840, which would be Falls Grove. You've got McDaniel Estates, McDaniel's Farms. You've got Arrington Ridge and Vineyard Valley. And they're building a new one right now, and I cannot think of the name of it, but that's kind of it. There's just not a lot of neighborhoods with new construction right now in College Grove. If you go through the remaining part of College Grove, you're going to see lots of like older brick ranches that are on maybe 5 acres. And that's great, but the problem is a lot of those are smaller homes, they're on septic, and they're only approved for whatever amount of bedrooms they have, which might only be 3. So it's not going to give you the space that you might want for you and your family. It can be tough to add a bedroom on to an old ranch and get that approved for septic from Williamson County. So that kind of creates an issue for a lot of people. But like I said, those neighborhoods that they are building in are really beautiful, and the homes are newer. You've got modern kind of farmhouse style homes, and they're right near the interstate, so you can hop on 840 and go to work or go shopping and get what you need done. All right, the last thing that I want to talk about that is great about College Grove is College Grove doesn't have its own sewage system. There's no sewer. So why is that great? That's great because developers and builders and commercial developers aren't going to come in and just start building stuff left and right without sewer. It's just not as easy to do. It's not cheap to do it. The existing neighborhoods basically had to develop their own treatment plant in the neighborhood and pipe all the septic to it and clean it all up and disperse that way. That wasn't cheap for them to do. Some of them are sharing, but I'm telling you, the remaining part of College Grove would need the same thing for it to be developed. And most of these developers and builders don't want to pay for that and try to tackle it. It's just too expensive. Also, Williamson County is going to make it really tough for them. They're going to have to jump through a lot of hoops because Williamson County is going to want to make sure that it is done correctly. So there's a little protection built in right there to help slow the growth in College Grove, and I think a lot of people like that. A lot of people want to keep that small town feel. They want to see those green pastures and the woods and the farms, and hopefully it stays like that for a long time. And I think it will. I'm sure they'll figure out a way around it at some point, but without a sewer, it's not so easy. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. College Grove is an amazing place to live. I probably haven't hit everything that's great about it, but I just wanted to kind of fill you guys in on College Grove, and hopefully you learned a little something. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Besides that, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.